Thank you very much for coming and for your excellent presentation. And could you tell me just what's your Saudi cargo main goal in Central Asia?
Well, in Central Asia, I think it starts with a little bit bigger than the Central Asia
Yes.
region. I think this is a new area for us. We are exploring it. And as I said in my presentation earlier, we've already started to fly some flights into this region, but they are mostly coming for transit. And we intend to explore this market and open up new routes here. I heard in the presentation a lot of companies are already working with the Chinese e-commerce companies. We are also working with them. So the client base is already there, but we do not have an existing network at the moment. So in the future, we are exploring this market.
So your main hub is in Riyadh?
Our main
Riyadh?
hub, we have 3 hubs in Saudi
Yep.
Arabia, Riyadh, Jeddah and Dammam. And then we have a hub in Europe, which is in Liège. So our freighter flights operate from China and Asia. They come via Saudi Arabia and then go to Liège. But we have the new route that we have started is going from China or Asia, Hong Kong into Central Asia. Almaty is one of them. NGQ was the other one. And then we carry on to Liège. So we
Do you have commercial rights to fly from China to Central Asia directly?
not at the moment,
No,
but that is something we will like to explore.
Okay. And so, which market are growing fastest for you?
See, I know I'm sitting in Central Asia and that's what you would like to hear, but I would tell you that we are in an early stage. So at the moment, of course, Hong Kong and China is very important for us, and the entire Southeast Asian markets are important for us. But we also know that markets don't work in just one way. You have to build markets,
Yes.
and the customers are also changing, it's evolving. So I think we are very open, and I think we would like to look at this region more closely. We are also looking around for new partners here who we can work with, airline partners, because as I said again in my presentation, collaboration within airlines is very important in the world today.
And how you improving customer service?
Well, we have a very dedicated customer service department in our headquarters, and they are also going now completely digital. So we have a platform where the customers can log in and get live information. We do not like to have the bots who are just talking, automatically generating information. So we actually have a ticket system where the customers get 24/7 updated access with just by logging into the system. We do have manual as well. So there's people who are answering phones and looking at the systems. But customer experience, I think, comes from how we speak to our customers. So engagement at the origin is most important, listening to the customer and getting back to them as soon as possible.
Yes, digitalization was just my next question. So, what role does digitalization play for you?
Well, it's something that we've been working on for a while. And I think the cargo industry in general is way behind the passenger industry when it comes to digitization.
Sure.
E-tickets happened maybe 10 years, 15 years ago. And in today's world, I still know markets where people are using a paper, airway bill. We are trying hard to get out of it. And we try to set the example, lead by example. So we go to each station. For example, Hong Kong, we are 100% compliant on e-airway bills. Likewise China, likewise India. So that's the first step, e-airway bill and that part. And then, of course, when it comes to communicating with customers, one of our biggest e-commerce customers who we operate from China to Europe, we've got their system talking to our system. So they're getting automatic updates from ours rather than waiting for data. So I think we are looking for more and more engagement with the IT customers, with the IT departments of the customers to make our system talk to each other, because it's one language and it's one flight and it's one flight number. But why do people have to wait for it? We don't think that's accurate.
Yes.
So we are trying hard, but it will take some more time.
Yes, and what sets Saudi cargo apart from others?
Sorry, repeat the question.
What sets your airline apart from others? I mean, Saudi cargo.
Well, okay. See, Saudi Cargo is You see, look, within the Gulf, within the Middle East countries, Saudi Arabia is the biggest economy. It's a consuming economy. 70% of the population of Saudi Arabia is below the age of 30. Very young population. They work, their lives are working on gadgets, on mobiles or tablets. E-commerce is very big. So what differentiates us is that we are here to serve the Saudi Arabian market with direct flights from wherever they consume. Okay, and it's not just e-commerce. It's not just fashion. It's not just buying things on the internet. We're talking about, as I mentioned earlier in my presentation, big projects. There are construction projects, there are infrastructural projects in Saudi Arabia, which is modernizing. The country is being modernized, and all those projects are flown in from other parts of the world. And I would like to also say, on the reverse side, we always talked about Saudi Arabia buying commodities from the globe. Yes, they do buy and they do consume just like any other country. But now there's a big push from Saudi Arabia to export its products to the rest of the world. Did you know that Saudi Arabia shrimps are being shipped to China? Which is never. People buy seafood from Asia, but Saudi grown shrimps are going to China. The dairy industry of Saudi Arabia is very big, and they are shipping now dairy products into China and other parts of the world. Pharmaceuticals made in Saudi Arabia are going to Africa. So there is a bit of a reverse coming in, and that's what we think is going to differentiate us. It's also creating more jobs, and the economy of Saudi Arabia itself is turning from a consuming to an exporting community. So we see that it's a very early stage, but as a cargo player for the country of Saudi Arabia, we are seeing a two-way traffic being developed.
Yeah. And so, what's your opinion about this event?
It's my first time visiting Tashkent. Last year we had some colleagues who also joined, and they spoke very highly of it, and that's why we are here. I think it was great. I think the panelists you selected were excellent. I also liked the last section when you had the startups, and it was more like a judging contest. I think it was fantastic, because that is what our industry needs: someone who can disrupt and give a different kind of a presentation to what they sell. So I think it's great, and all in all, I think what you're doing is you're trying to build the business, cargo business for Central Asia. I think that's important. These small countries are trying hard. They're landlocked. We know that the air freight is in high demand here. And I think the infrastructure is being developed. Maybe in the future, when we have more privatization, government and privatization work together, the airports and the infrastructure can improve. We believe it's a good future for the trade and for air cargo here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming.